tried to record this earlier. It didn't go well because I was in the car. I couldn't concentrate. I don't know. Water. This one's kind of a bit different to what I normally talk about. But it's one that it doesn't come up very often, but it does come up, and especially in self-improvement spaces like the one I'm in, it's a very popular topic to talk about, how people are godless nowadays. And you read the title. I don't know if I'm actually atheist as such, because I googled the definition and it says, I've got it just here, it says a person who does not believe in the existence of a god or any gods. And while I don't believe that God, in the context of Christianity, exists, because I think I'm a very logical person. I believe in the theory of evolution over all of that, how the world was created and all that. But I'm not. That is not to go to show that I'm definitely not against it, because I believe that following I feel like there is a higher being out there. I've kind of been Googling, educating myself a little bit on all this stuff, and I heard the term agonistic come up, and I think that more fits me. So I might title it atheist, but I think I'm more agonistic. For those of you who don't know, it's someone who neither believes or disbelieves in the existence of God or gods. So it's more a middle ground. Because, I don't believe that God went and spawned everything in, but because it just doesn't make sense. I feel like the scientific way of the Big Bang and evolution and all that stuff makes more sense. And so that's kind of where I stand in all of this. Now, don't shoot me down. There's a reason why I put opinion in the title. This is my opinion, so shut the fuck up. You can put your opinions down in the comments. I'd actually love to hear them, but I don't want to hear anyone flaming me for having my opinion. Now, religion as a whole I definitely haven't done enough research into, but it is very intriguing because there's a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Morals, I guess, and things that religions provide that I do agree with. However, there's some things that I also don't agree with. So I feel like it's a bit disingenuous to just go become a Christian or Muslim or whatever when I can't fully align myself to those beliefs. Which is why I've kind of hesitated on taking things further in terms of following a religion. I'm going to more specifically talk about Christianity in this video, but again, that's kind of what my mindset's like with all of this. So I'm not against it, but I'm also not for it. And I think what I need to do is have a good conversation with a Christian or Muslim or people who follow these bigger religions and kind of get an understanding of what it's actually like and that kind of thing, because we're gonna focus on Christianity. And so, for example, there's a lot of Christians out there who make it their whole personality, and that pisses me off because you can have a religion and be religious without being your whole personality, and people don't want to always have a conversation about that stuff. And if that's all you want to talk about and all you do talk about, people just won't want to talk to you. And there's definitely people who I know some people who are Christian and follow religions who are really good people. But I've also seen people online and people I know who completely don't even, who are religious, but that's as far as it goes. They might say they're Christian, but that's again as far as it goes. They're out there doing all of this sinful stuff or whatever it is. Again, I don't know enough about it to start accusing people, but any normal person can see that they're not following their religion. They're not reading the Bible. They're not going to church. They're not doing all that stuff. They're not worshipping God. That's what it is. And you see, there's a few people online. There's a couple of dudes who justify Christianity really well, and there's a lot of things they say make a lot of sense, and you can agree with them. And again, I think it's just a lack of knowledge for me. So I'm going to try and tread carefully with hard opinions, like definites in this video, because like I said, I'm on the fence, and I want to come back like in a few months or in a couple of years' time and people say, oh, you used to say this. Because yeah, it's not, I might research more into it. I've got a big break off, so I have a lot of time on my hands. So I might look into it, and because there's a lot of people who that value having a God in their life. I'll say that, but I know there's religions that don't have a God as such. But you know what I mean. A higher power than human. Even though I'm pretty sure God is human. And there's the whole point of prayer, and again, I'm trying to pick my words wisely. The fact that there's definitely, I'm just going to quickly, I should have done this before. Yeah, stuff like even going to hell and heaven and trying to be a good person, things like that I definitely agree with. Like, maybe not hell and heaven, because again, I believe that there's no afterlife, you just die. The issue that I have with religions is, yes, they support people support their religion with all their heart and whatever, but they're kind of, because someone doesn't believe the same that they do, they kind of reject them. They kind of think they're bad or wrong or whatever, and it doesn't make sense to me that someone chooses to believe something and you are disrespecting them or having a go at them or whatever for having those beliefs. Now, I'm a believer in acceptance. So this is what I mean, how some of the things I believe in align with Christianity. But like you should not judge someone before you actually know them, type thing. And it's probably should have planned this one out a little bit better. Okay, I'm going down a bit of a rabbit hole here on Google. Here you go. Basics of Christianity. The Son and God and the Holy Spirit. The Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. The Trinity. Yeah, okay. They have their own purpose separately. What? Conversation. Yeah, it's you having a kind of how I see I think the issue I have with Christianity is the people who follow it, and like I said earlier, generally people who are Christian don't like people who have other religions. Now, I know this obviously goes both ways, and it just seems like there's a lot of people who claim to be Christian but are being complete degenerates and whatever. And I'm not Googling hard enough here, but it doesn't take Einstein to know that you shouldn't be doing that kind of thing. And if you're going to genuinely follow these religions, then you've got to commit. And it just shows what kind of person you are when you don't commit to these values and beliefs, even though you say you do. And it seems like a lot more people are going like this, and we all know that Western world is becoming godless, and fatherless societies and all that. And for a lot of people, God is like a father to them. It literally says, it just says here, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. So people, and again, I respect people for having someone that they want to go to for advice or support or whatever. But yeah, it just seems like I can't see myself coming to that, because I believe in logic and facts and all that kind of stuff, science based. So when I need advice, I go to people, and that's my belief. But I'm not going to go out and shit on people for supporting Christianity or supporting being Muslim or being Jewish or whatever. Like that's what they believe. If they're a good person, I'm cool with them. They're cool. We're cool. But if they're kind of going against their beliefs, whether they're not genuine about their beliefs or they're doing it on purpose or whatever, I don't respect them. And if you're going to make that your whole personality, that shows to me that you don't have a personality to start with. And yeah, you can see I'm kind of struggling to stay in the middle, in the safe area in the middle of being not too opinionated, but still putting out my belief, saying what I believe in. And what I'm getting at here is you need to find what you believe in. What I can understand about Christianity and religion is that these are a set of beliefs that this religion follows, and if you follow that religion, you're saying you believe in those beliefs too. And whether people don't respect that enough to understand that say for example, what the Bible's saying, or the Quran, how do you say it? Quran. I'm going to go with Quran. the Islam version of the Bible, that one, that what they say and what they, I'll say claim, but what they preach and benefit, and like there's a lot of I'm pretty sure there's something there. There's a lot of good verses in the Bible that from all these different. I'm not going to quote them. I don't know enough about these religions to say anything for sure. But you see, there's a lot of quotes that come out of all different religions that are very agreeable and have a lot of foundation. And they make sense, and you can understand where they're coming from. So it's, as a person who doesn't have a religion, I'm hoping you can get at why I may be hesitant to become religious. I think it might be just a case of modern society poisoning these religions, and because you go back a few hundred years and everyone was religious. You went to church, that's just what you did. And the Western worlds, they were I'm not going to judge, I'm not going to start making assumptions, but people had their beliefs, and there was no really such thing as godlessness. You all had a religion. It seemed like people were just happier. Whether that meant they were more fulfilled because they were following, if that's all you knew, you just, the better you followed the beliefs in the Bible, the better your life was. And it's a concept that's been around for years, decades, thousands of years, centuries, millennia even. And it's only just recently, in the last however long, that being atheist or godless or whatever, not believing in a religion, has become so popular. And I don't know if it's actually benefiting the world as much as what people want it to believe. I definitely used to be atheist, and I used to shit on or just believe that it was bad, but I'm starting to understand why people follow religions. And it may very well be the case that in a few years that I pick up a Bible or a Quran or any other book, and kind of start actually learning what they preach. I think that's about it. Again, don't come at me. I'm kind of just speaking my mind on this topic. I'd love to hear what you think, and any potential advice that you could have for someone who doesn't follow religion. Again, I don't want an argument to start in the comments. No. I want a conversation, whether it's between different people with religion or people who don't believe and do and whatnot. And I'd love for people to tell me the best way to learn about these, because again, student mindset, I'd love to learn about all this stuff. It is fascinating, and maybe it is for me. Maybe I'll become Christian. I'll be like Gideon, completely change his channel to being Christian or whatever, or anyways, this is probably one of my longer ones recently, but I hope you got something out of it, and a bit more insight into what my opinion is and my position is on the whole religion debate. And thanks for sticking around for the 3% of people who do. And remember, life is what you make it.